He was supposed to be back at 6 p.m. It's midnight. He's not answering his phone. I'm at the police station, but they say it as a civil matter because we don't have a final court order yet. The most terrifying 24 hours of my life. This story is all too common for parents going through a separation or divorce. That feeling of absolute panic when your co-parent doesn't return your child on time is something no one should have to experience. But what can you actually do when it happens? And more importantly, how can you prevent it? Today, we're diving deep into the legal side of this nightmare scenario. Let's start with what happens in that moment of crisis. You call the police frantic and they tell you it's a civil matter. Why? Because without a formal custody order from a court, both parents technically have equal rights to the child. The police can't just take a child from one parent and give them to the other without a judge's directive. This is where many parents feel completely helpless. They're stuck in a legal gray area, and their child is missing. So what's the first legal tool you need to know about? It's called an emergency ex parte order. Ex parte is a legal term that means from one party. In this context, it allows you to go to a judge without the other parent being present to get an immediate temporary order. You have to prove that there is an immediate risk of harm to the child, or that the child might be taken out of the state or country. If a judge grants this order, it gives the police the authority they need to act and safely recover your child. It's a powerful, fast-acting tool designed for exactly these kinds of emergencies, but remember, it's temporary. You'll have a follow-up court date where both parents can present their case. Now let's talk about the bigger picture, parental abduction laws. Yes, it is a crime for one parent to take a child in violation of a custody order. These laws vary by state, but they generally make it illegal to conceal a child from the other parent or take them across state lines with the intent to obstruct their parental rights. This is why having a court order is so crucial. Without it, it's legally very difficult to prove that an abduction has occurred. It's your word against theirs. This brings us to the most important preventative measure you can take. Getting a temporary custody order as soon as you separate. Don't wait. Even if you and your ex are on good terms, things can change quickly. A temporary order sets clear, legally enforceable rules. It specifies who has the child and when. It outlines pickup and drop-off times and locations. If the other parent violates this order, it's no longer just a civil matter. It becomes a direct violation of a court order, which gives law enforcement clear grounds to intervene. It's your single best piece of protection against this kind of situation. Finally, what about an Amber Alert? We all know them as the emergency broadcasts for missing children. Can they be used in these situations? The answer is yes, but the criteria are very strict. For an Amber Alert to be issued in a parental abduction case, there usually needs to be a reasonable belief that the child is in imminent danger of serious bodily injury or death. Just having a parent who is late or not answering their phone typically will and meet this high standard unless there are other concerning factors, like threats of violence or history of abuse. The Amber Alert system is reserved for the most extreme and life-threatening cases. So, to recap, if you're separating, prioritize getting a temporary custody order immediately. It's your legal shield. If you find yourself in an emergency without one, look into filing for an emergency ex parte order to get immediate help. Understanding these legal tools can turn a moment of pure terror into a situation you have some control over. It's about protecting your child and your peace of mind. I hope this information was helpful. Navigating the legal system is tough, especially when you're worried about your kids. If you found this useful, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content to help you through these challenges. Thanks for watching.